Tonight, Colleen Nick and the director of a new documentary are speaking with Brett Rains about the fight to find Morgan Nick, the child who was abducted from an Alma ballpark in 1995.
The documentary through ABC News Studio is now streaming on Hulu, and as 4029's Brett Rains reports, it contains new breakthroughs in a case that's still active and ongoing.
It was here in Alma, at this spot overlooking what used to be a Little League ball field, where Morgan Nick went missing nearly 28 years ago. And as you'll see, her mom, Colleen, is still fighting to find her.
It's insane that we live in a world where someone can take a child and we just don't know what happened to them.
Still Missing Morgan is a 4-part docuseries focused on the little 6-year-old girl who disappeared June 1995. Why do this documentary?
When we approached this idea of the documentary 3.5 years ago, my goal was to use it as one more resource to find Morgan, to try one more thing. You know, that's my job as her mom.
I'm from Van Buren.
You grew up here?
I grew up in Van Buren. I remember vividly my own parents telling me at ball fields, stay close, you know what happened in Alma.
In 2021, police re-released pictures of a red truck with a white camper shell that was spotted at multiple places in Alma when Nick disappeared. The documentary reveals just who had a truck like that. You also got new key elements in an ongoing active investigation with nearly unprecedented access to investigators, even FBI agents who are actively working Morgan's case right now. Tell me about that.
Well, it was definitely exclusive. It's unusual. It was a collective agreement that if this could bring some type of good and if it could bring a benefit that the case hasn't had, then it's worth that. In the series, investigators focus on 2 suspects: convicted double murderer and rapist Charles Ray Vines and convicted child predator Billy Jack Links. Both had red trucks matching the description. Both were well known by law enforcement and both died in prison. You talked about probabilities versus possibilities.
The probability is very strong that Morgan will not come home to be part of our family. But the possibility exists because no one has ever proved that she won't come home. And so I choose not to fight for the probability, but to fight for the possibility. You know, Morgan is a daughter and a sister and a granddaughter, and she deserves to be fought for. At this point, we can either quit or push forward, and both of those things are hard, but I choose my hard, and that is to continue to fight for my daughter.
According to police reports, Links was arrested a few months after Nick disappeared, accused of trying to abduct an 11-year-old girl who was walking with her brothers in Van Buren, about 10 minutes away from Alma. He was never charged for Nick's disappearance, but not long ago, investigators tracked down his red truck, where the documentary reveals investigators found microscopic fibers matching the type of Girl Scout t-shirt Nick was wearing when she vanished. It's a breakthrough Morgan's mom didn't want or expect.
But I still don't have Morgan. We have the evidence, we have a truck, we have a guy who committed terrible crimes against children, and fibers from her shirt were found in that truck, but we don't have her. Even if we can't bring her home the way we planned, which grieves my soul, she still deserves to come home.
Alma police say they're getting new leads on the case just in the past few days since the documentary was released. The chief says any tip can be helpful. In Alma, Brett Rains, 4029 News.
Brett, thanks for that report. So for tips in the Morgan Nick case, you're asked to call Alma Police or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. You can see that number on your screen right now. It's 1-800-THE-LOST. And you can watch the full interview on our website, 4029tv.com.